weekend to everybody, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some top tips for launching a jewelry business in 2020. So yes, it's a new year and an exciting time to be starting a new business. So if a jewelry business has been on your mind, I want to share with you very quickly some of my top tips for what I would do if I was starting a brand new jewelry business right now. So the first thing is to get yourself on Instagram as soon as possible. And by that, I mean as a business. So set up a business account. You can have a separate personal one if you like, or you can put them together, it doesn't matter. But start sharing about your journey. Now, it doesn't matter if you have no jewelry to sell, if you have no idea what you're going to be selling. None of that matters. What's really exciting to follow as somebody who'd be following you on Instagram is your journey, your process, and how you come to be where you are. So when you look at some of the jewelry designers that you'll look at now, and they look so established and they've got a signature style and they've just done so much, they didn't wake up one day and suddenly just go, I'm here and I'll now start doing social media. And the great advantage about starting a business now is that you can show us that process. And what will happen is people who will become your customers will be like loyal followers. They'll see where you started, and as you grow and build up to something incredible, they'll feel even more of a connection with you because they remember when you could barely design anything or whatever it is. We're all starting from the very beginning. So please don't wait until you have a collection or you have a perfect name or anything like that. Just go for it. You can change your name in the future. You can build up a following from nothing. And I just recommend just start posting. And when I look back at my first posts I ever did, they were truly awful. So don't give yourself high standards, just start, go for it, play, don't expect too much, and start building that following so that when you do have gorgeous jewelry to sell, when you do have an amazing collection, there are people who are already listening and you've built a connection with already who want to receive it. So that is the first thing. If you don't have a jewelry business profile on Instagram, get one going. The next thing I recommend doing is starting an Etsy store. Now, generally speaking, I'd recommend having your own website, but if you're brand new to business and we just want to get you up and running as soon as possible, a great place to test the waters is on Etsy. It's really easy to set up. There's no big fees at the beginning, and you don't need any experience in how to create a website. So for those of you that are less confident in building your own website, go for Etsy to begin with. The thing to remember about Etsy is it doesn't sell your work for you. It is simply a simple website template. That's how I see it. And then we promote it. So we promote it through your Instagram. You then might set up a Facebook for your jewelry business, but we gradually build these things up. So the top things I would recommend is first the Instagram and then Etsy, so that they have somewhere that they can go and buy if they're following you on Instagram and want to. And it doesn't matter if you only have 3 pieces to put on there to start with. It's all about taking that first step and learning as you go. That's how we grow incredible businesses. Next up, we want to work on some initial branding for you. So again, don't compare yourself to the big jewelry houses. We're not there yet, but we do want to create a logo, some colors that we're going to use throughout all of our branding, and some typography. So often when we're first starting, we don't want to put a massive budget behind a brand because perhaps we're not sure where we're going to end up. We might change our name. We might change what we're going to be selling, and that's all fine. The first year or two of business, it's very experimental, and please give yourself the permission to experiment and try different things. So I would recommend for your initial branding to go to somewhere like Creative Market, which is a website where you can look around and explore logo options, colors, brand palettes. The other place that's good is Canva. You can create your own designs on an app called Canva or a website called Canva. And Color Lovers is a great website to start looking and exploring the different color palettes that might be available. And finally, if all of that feels a little bit overwhelming, you don't want to do it all yourself, Etsy is a great place to go and buy bespoke brands that are made off-the-shelf packages that you can simply order. So you may be able to just buy them straight away and download them find one that you like. And remember, you don't have to stick with this forever. This is your initial branding. It's very likely that in a year or two, you will change it and upgrade it once you have more of a strong identity and you know what you're going to be selling more. So for now, don't put the pressure on yourself. Just get a brand together so that you can get out there and start getting experience of selling your work. The next thing I would make sure I would do is get involved in handmade communities, both online and offline. So of course, at Jewellers Academy, we have a thriving community and a membership, which is a great place to get support. And I hope that you are following us and engage with each other and finding people to learn from on there on both Instagram and in our Facebook groups. But there are tons of online places to get support. So start following other handmade artists, start seeing what they're doing and start talking to each other. Just a Card campaign is a great place to find other people who really care about small businesses, independence, and there are lots of different places on Instagram where you can connect, as well as Facebook groups. So get involved in as many as you can. You'll find over time that there's ones that you really connect with, and you might get rid of some of the others if there's too much going on. But also do it in person. So Etsy Made Local has lots of events for Etsy sellers where you can go along and meet other people who are selling things. And you may find that there's a local women in business networking event, or even just generally business networking event in your area where you can connect with other people, make those connections that are so important for growing your business, growing your confidence, and just feeling connected as part of growing as well. So that would be the next thing that I would make sure that I would do as part of my business. Now, when it comes to your actual work, I talk a lot in our training about having a signature style, but I don't want you to feel like you have to wait until you've developed your signature style to start to sell. What I find really helpful is putting out whatever it is that you're making. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's not cohesive. Often to get there, we need to go through that messy phase of just not knowing what we're doing and trying things and getting feedback from our customers. So important. See what people like who are following you. See what posts get the most engagement. See what pieces you put online that get sold versus ones that don't. And the same in person if you're doing events or showing them to friends and family, which is where we all start. And by the way, those sales definitely count, the friends and family one. Make sure you're charging them. And yeah, the more feedback we can get, I would say just put out what you've got. Don't wait for it to be perfect. It never will be, but it will refine as you go along. So just go for it. And the final point I will leave you with is don't procrastinate. I know it's so easy to say, but this is the biggest killer of all jewelry businesses, is just procrastinating, thinking I'll do it in the future, when I'm ready. The secret is that none of us are ever ready. We just show up as we are, and you can do the same. Put out what you've got. Start those Instagram accounts, start those Etsy accounts, start that branding. Know that you're going to refine it all. You're going to probably change it all again in a year or two's time, and that's all part of the process. And just go for it. And if you're feeling overwhelmed now or at any point, always come back to this. One thing a day. This is my motto in my business, that I have one thing every day that I say, this is what I'm doing today. And that is it. And we have a program inside the membership, which is 20 days to launch your jewelry business, where I follow this motto exactly. As each day I do one action, and by the end of 20 days, we have an online Etsy store where we're selling our products. So follow that same motto if you get stuck. If you manage to do more than one thing, brilliant. But every morning I know, okay, this is what I'm doing in my business today. I'm working on my colors. I'm working on my logo. I'm working on my Etsy store. I'm adding some more products. Whatever it is, just go for it. And best of luck with your businesses. You can 100% do this. This is a career that you can 100% have if you go for it and you enjoy it and you love it and your passion comes through. So I'm excited to see what this year has in store for you. And do come and let me know in the comments below if you are starting a jewelry business, and feel free to ask any questions as well. Me and the community are here to support you. All right, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on another video very soon. Bye for now.